But Harley Race is an interesting one. And I've heard it suggested, advanced, that it could be about the car crash that he was in when he was young in the business, and he nearly lost his leg, had it amputated, and his pregnant wife they were only married like a month, died instantly in the crash. Do you know the story of this? What happened?
I've heard the story, but I don't know the story. It was Harley broke in like Kansas City area where he's from. And I ran across Harley when he was the booker in Florida when I worked there. And Harley he lived a fast, hard life. He always drove fast cars, and he always drove fast. And he was always drinking. And it was amazing to me that he never got stopped or had an accident in the condition he was in. And I liked Harley. He always treated me well, good guy, and he was a tough son of a bitch, is what he was. When he would go, and this is when you could work one of those angles that the people start coming. I mean, I can't imagine that happening now. People coming over the railings to take a shot at you. But that's what they worked for back in the day. That was a dangerous thing to work for, because when they're coming over that railing, you don't know what they got. Whether they got a knife, they got a club, they got a blackjack, they could probably have a gun, I guess. But Harley had one thing protecting him. He had a right hook. When he would go to hit them, and when he'd hit them, they're gone. They don't get up. I mean, they may get up in 10, 15 seconds, they may get up. But when he hits them, they're gone for the immediate future. So that would give him time to get out of there. And I've seen him fight his way out of more than one situation in Florida. But tough guy, treated me well, and he had a reputation as a tough guy that he could back up. So, of course, he never had any trouble in the ring because everybody knew how tough Harley was. He was a tough guy. And Harley talked to the talent, or to me, exactly the way he did an interview. Straightforward, and he would tell you the truth. He wouldn't lie to you. If he said your work was not up to par, he'd tell you were the shits. Nobody disagreed with him because nobody wanted to get hit with that hook. Said, well, I disagree with you, Harley. No, good. you're gone. But yeah, he got stopped by a highway patrolman in Florida, and he told me the story. He said the cop didn't come right away, and he had some tobacco or some cigarettes, and he said he started chewing that. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. How does tobacco, all of a sudden, does it have sober you up qualities that I've never heard of? And he said he rolled his window down, and the only thing that saved him is the cop recognized him, and he told him he was speeding. And the cop must have been a wrestling fan. And the way Harley talked to him, and the cop let him go. He said, slow down, Mr. Race, please. And he said, I will. I mean, Harley didn't disrespect the cop, but the cop, actually, I think he showed more respect for Harley after catching him doing 100 miles an hour in a 70-mile-an-hour zone or a 65-an-hour zone, and he let him go. See, there's no telling how many cops that watched the TV that used to stop the wrestlers and would recognize us. And I've gotten let go several times. Guy would just tell me to slow down, you know. But he would see my real name on my driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you know, you suspiciously look a lot like Dutch Mantell. I said, oh, really? Yeah. And then I'd tell him I was Dutch Mantell. And he said, oh, okay. All right. And very friendly. And he'd let me go. Because I wasn't doing 100 miles an hour, probably the fastest I would go. I may ease in on 80 sometimes, but, you know, I didn't drive like Harley. Because Harley, he just didn't give a crap.